We begin Most Buffalo with the very latest from Washington, D.C., where recovery efforts continue to find the victims of a deadly mid-air collision near Reagan Washington National Airport. This is a live look overlooking the scene where divers have pulled dozens of bodies from the Potomac River. At this hour, many more remain. 60 passengers and 40 crew members were on board an American Airlines flight when it collided with a U.S. military helicopter, and both burst into flames. This is the first major accident involving a U.S. commercial aircraft since 2009, when Flight 3407 crashed in Clarence Center, killing 49 people on board and 1 on the ground. We have team coverage this afternoon as we follow the latest developments from Washington, D.C. That includes an update within the last hour from the NTSB. Channel 2's Andy Payton kicks off our coverage with that latest update from the agency. Andy?
Yeah, Lauren, that's right. Really just within the last 45 minutes here, the NTSB wrapping their first briefing with the media on this situation. And the first thing that they are confirming is the tragedy here. The fact that there is a belief that there are no survivors at this time. That includes the 64 aboard the plane and the 3 military personnel on the helicopter. We've also just learned that the NTSB has been unable to recover any of the recorded flight data, meaning neither black box from the airplane or the helicopter has been recovered. And they do believe that those black boxes right now are underwater, although they say that is not unusual and that they are very used to retrieving boxes like that in the water, so they're not concerned about that. The priority right now is on recovering and trying to find the bodies in the river first. Now, earlier today, President Trump wasted no time in blaming the FAA's diversity push for playing a factor in this tragedy. The NTSB was asked if that was a concern to make a statement in this early in this investigation like that, and just take a listen to what they had to say.
Part of any investigation, we look at the human, the machine, and the environment. So we will look at all the humans that were involved in this accident. Again, we will look at the aircraft, we will look at the helicopter, we will look at the environment in which they were operating in. That is standard in any part of our investigation.
Now, the NTSB was very transparent in the fact that this is still their first full official day on scene, and they really don't have any other information at this time to share. They did, however, say that their goal is to have a preliminary report within the first 30 days. On your side here in the newsroom, Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.
Andy, thank you. And we know that the American Eagle flight was flying from Wichita, Kansas to Washington, D.C., and it was just seconds from landing at Reagan National Airport when the collision happened. On board the flight from Wichita were several young athletes with the United States figure skating team, along with some coaches. They had been in Wichita for a development camp and the U.S. Figure Skating Championship.
It's an unbelievably tragic day here, and you know, we're one step in front of the other, and we're just trying to comprehend the immense tragedy. It's terrible.
We mourn with all those who have been impacted. This is a terrible tragedy that will unite those in Washington, D.C. and Wichita, Kansas forever.
And among those 14 ice skaters returning from Wichita, there were 6 members of the Skating Club of Boston. The CEO tells NBC News that 2 coaches, 2 teenage athletes, and their mothers were on board. Members say they are just heartbroken.
Skating is a very close and tight-knit community. These kids and their parents, they're here at our facility in Norwood 6, sometimes 7 days a week. It's a close, tight bond, and I think for all of us, we have lost family.
2 more victims of the crash include former figure skating world champions from Russia who trained a number of athletes at the International Skating Center in Connecticut and the Skating Club of Boston.